Welcome back with a new place of today. If you look around us, you can see this beautiful greenery and the hills of Judea. We are taking you to a beautiful town in the hills of Judea. It is southwest of Jerusalem, and it is the town or the village of Ein Kerem. Ein Kerem, it means the village of the grape or the spring of the grapevines. Grapevines even growing wildly in the area. So this town is related, of course, to the birthplace of John the Baptist, and also the visitation of Mary to her cousin Elizabeth. We're gonna be visiting the church of the visitation right up there with the tower and the cross on top of it, and we're gonna be visiting the church of the birth of John the Baptist with the clock tower where I am pointing right now. Okay, so we reached to the top of the hill, and now we are in the church of the visitation. And this church, it was of course built in the Byzantine period, and later on in the Crusader period, and also in the 19th century the upper level was renovated by Antonio Berluzzi. So this place commemorates the visit of Mary to her cousin Elizabeth, and you can see the statue right there actually showing the meeting of Mary with her cousin Elizabeth, and they were both pregnant. Elizabeth with John the Baptist and Mary with Jesus. And this is the first time that John meets Jesus. Of course, John is very important because he is the predecessor of Christ, and he's the one who prepared the way for Christ. And when they met, and Elizabeth welcomed Mary and say, "How come the mother of my Lord is coming to visit me?" And Mary answered with the prayer of the Magnificat, which is written in many languages, and we can see it also here in English. So now we're in the lower church, and there's this beautiful frescoes as you see. You can see Zechariah, the father of John, at the altar of the incense giving the sacrifice. He was a priest, and it was his time when the angel appeared unto him and told him about the birth of John. But he did not believe, so he was dumb until John was born. And the other fresco also shows the visitation, and Mary and Elizabeth in the middle, and of course the servants, and you can see even the spring, which is right below the hill, which is called the Spring of Mary, also is depicted in the painting, in the fresco. And the third fresco in the chapel commemorates, actually this church also commemorates the hiding of John the Baptist in the time of the massacre of the innocents in Bethlehem. Ein Kerem is a very close village to Bethlehem. As I said, it's in the southwest of Jerusalem, and an angel was sent to Elizabeth and took her in the mountain and closed the mountain on her and John in order that he won't be found and killed by the soldiers of Herod. The rock that we are seeing right here, this is actually believed to be the rock that the angel used to close the mountain on Elizabeth and John in order to protect them from the massacres. Of course, this is all according to tradition. As we mentioned before, we are on the upper level of the church, and this was renovated in 1938 by Antonio Berluzzi, the famous architect, which he actually built many other churches. So look at these beautiful frescoes. The Virgin Mary, the Queen of the world. You can see here also the wedding of Cana. And here we can see this is a very beautiful fresco, actually, of the Virgin Mary and many people under her veil. And one of these people is Antonio Berluzzi, who is looking towards us. He depicted himself in the painting with the bull tie on the left, and he's looking towards us. We are heading towards John the Baptist Church, the birthplace of John. The church with the red roofs and the tower. Also, the village of Ein Kerem is a very picturesque village, as you see, with the beautiful old buildings dating back even 100 years, from the 1990s, and a lot of activities to do here. There's a lot of trails that you can go through the valleys right below us, up to the mountains, and many other activities that you can actually do in the village of Ein Kerem. You can see the church still under renovation. It started in the 2020, and they're still renovating the church. You can see these beautiful Spanish tiles, because most of the friars, the Franciscan friars, were from Spain, so they gave that Spanish look to the church. So according to tradition, this is the birthplace of John the Baptist. And as we mentioned before up in the visitation, while Zechariah was in the temple, the angel appeared to him, and he told him about the birth of John. But he did not believe the angel, because his wife was very old, kind of old, to bear a child. But he lost his voice. The angel said, "You lose your voice until the child is born." And when the child was born, Zechariah recited this prayer, which is called the Benedicta. We are standing here now at the entrance of the mosque of the village, which dates back to 1948, which is not functional anymore because there's no more Arabs living in this town.
This Ein Kerem truly is very attractive and nice small city. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next one. Bye bye everybody, take care.